Back in Atlanta, Darryl, do you think Albert Haynesworth is ready to play some football?
Hey, Goose, go tell center Todd McClure and left guard Justin Blaylock to buckle it up and make sure it is on snug.
That right there is called a game face.
Both head coaches have their game face on as well. Mike Smith led the Falcons to the postseason in his first year. Atlanta with a record of 4-3. Falcons have won the toss. Sean Sweezum will get things started. Redskins have lost their last 3 games to Carolina, Kansas City, and Philadelphia. But all of the Redskins we spoke to feel refreshed following the bye.
You know, sometimes that bye week comes along at a perfect time, and I think it really did for the Washington Redskins. It allowed them to do a couple of things. Number one, it helped them get healthy. Number two, it gave that offensive line, which has been shifting and moving all season up into this point, an extra week to build some continuity. But I think the most important thing is it gave the guys an opportunity to get away. They came back and they had a little bit of fun in practice this week. When you're in the middle of a season, like the Redskins are right now, you get to that point where you dread going to work. That's a dangerous place to be.
Most nobody knows like me and you got to have fun in this game or it turns sour fast.
Opening kickoff taken at the 7 by Eric Weems. Broke away from Reed Dowdy and then is brought down at the 27-yard line. So Matt Ryan, 10-1 record here at home, leads the Falcons out. Michael Turner, 151 yards on the ground on Monday against New Orleans.
And I think that's going to be the key to the game. These guys up front, Tony talked about it at the top. They are, especially this right side of the line right there, Harvey Dahl and Tyson Claybo, they are brawlers and maulers. They've got to be able to run the ball effectively today.
Falcons start with 2 tight ends, and Haynesworth a bit anxious.
And he looked anxious before the play.
Encroachment. Defense number 92. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
He told me he was ready.
Yeah, he wanted to start fast. That's smart by that Atlanta offense, though, going on 2 on the first play to slow down this pass rush that they're going to be seeing all day from Albert Haynesworth.
Following the penalty, 1st and 5 from the 31-yard line. Michael Turner in the backfield. 2 tight ends set. Ryan on the delay to Turner. And Turner gains 2 out to the 33-yard line. Setting up 2nd down and 3. We check out the Redskins defense. Andre Carter with 6.5 sacks this year, 3rd in the NFC.
Well, a lot of issues for the Washington Redskins, but not that many on the defensive side of the ball. They talk about making the game-changing type plays. They feel like they need to create some turnovers, eliminate some of the big plays, but other than that, they've played pretty sound. A lot of the issues are with the offense and special teams.
Gonzalez in motion, 2nd and 3. Off the play fake to Turner. Ryan will pick up the first down as he slides out to the 38-yard line, a gain of 5.
We saw the hard count on the first play, now a little bit of misdirection to kind of slow that defensive front down of the Washington Redskins. Get Matt Ryan out on the perimeter, let him see what's out there. If there's nothing there, he can pull it down just like he did and get a first down.
And we saw that a lot in the Friday's practice. When he doesn't have a receiver downfield, he's smart. He doesn't make dumb mistakes. He tucks the ball and runs and gets yards to keep this offense going with first down.
1st and 10 Goose from the 38. Off the play fake. Ryan complete. Tony Gonzalez into Redskins territory. Another Falcons first down, gain of 13, and that is the 950th reception of a Hall of Fame career for Gonzalez.
He just has a matchup problem for any defense that plays him. If you cover him with a linebacker, if you choose to cover him with a linebacker, he is so athletic that he's going to be able to exploit that matchup. He forces you to consider safeties, bracket coverages, high lows. It's just been phenomenal to watch Tony Gonzalez throughout his career.
1st and 10 from the Washington 49 with the fullback Mahaley leading the way. Turner is bottled up. Andre Carter, we mentioned Carter a moment ago, made the tackle for a loss of 1.
He's off to a very good start this year, 6.5 sacks, good job pressure on the quarterback, but he's a complete guy. And we've seen a couple of the bootlegs already here early in the game. The Washington Redskins settle down, start to play your game. Don't chase backside, follow your assignments. If you're backside contained, make sure you do that job first.
Second down and 11 from midfield. Michael Turner running left. Turner has a first down and more. Down the sideline, and is finally shoved out of bounds by LaRon Landry at the 17-yard line. Turner gains 33.
One of the keys to this running attack is number 87, Justin Peel. Watch him right there on Andre Carter, who we just talked about. He gets the edge sealed, and that allows Michael Turner to bounce it outside. And we can talk about a lot of good players on this offense. Matt Ryan, Roddy White, Michael Jenkins, Tony Gonzalez, Michael Turner. Justin Peel is one of those guys that you have to have if you're going to be able to run the ball effectively. Does his job really, really well on that last play.
Aaron Stecker has joined Turner in the Falcons' backfield. From the Redskins 17, Ryan swings it out behind Turner. And one thing about this Redskins defense, Darrell, ranked 4th overall, terrific in the red zone. Washington has allowed only 5 red zone touchdowns, fewest in the National Football League.
And I'm sure that was one of the things that Mike Smith had to guard against this week as his team was getting ready. Is number 1, the Washington Redskins are coming off the bye. Greg Blosch does a great job with this defense. You look at that 2-5 record, the issues are not on the defensive side. You better be ready to play if you're on the Atlanta Falcons offense.
3 wide receivers, 2nd and 10. Ryan steps up. Tackled at the 16-yard line by Georgia native and University of Georgia product Kendrick Golston. Gain of just 1.
That's one of the reasons they probably are successful in the red zone. Look at, they're only rushing 4. They're getting pressure. They forced Matt Ryan to pull the ball down, squeeze to the inside, but there was nobody open. They dropped 7 people in and flood all those zones.
We talk about it all the time. If you can get pressure with 4, it takes a lot of pressure off your backside with your secondary, where they can just stay back and cover, as you saw right there.
4 wide receivers for the Falcons on 3rd down as Ryan fires. The catch is made by Finneran, but he's tackled by Justin Tryon, a yard shy of the marker.
Oh boy, he got helmet face mask right into that shin area. That's going to hurt. But Brian Finneran has got to realize, we just talked about the zone defense. He carried that route to the inside a little bit too far. If he'd have shut it down and allowed Matt Ryan to put it on his numbers, he would have had the chance to turn upfield. He wouldn't have taken that helmet right in the lower leg.
Falcons send in an extra blocker, Will Svitek. 4th down and 1.
What a great job by Matt Ryan. Really the whole offense of the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of great shifts, a lot of great inflection on that call. They got the Redskins for a 1st down. Just on cadence. They were not going to snap that ball. And then the center and the quarterback.
Outside. Defense. This is off the snap. Guys, after this is to the goal. 1st down.
It's Hainsworth again.
It's just excellent. Take a listen. As soon as Albert Hainsworth moves, the center snaps the ball to the quarterback. They catch him in the neutral zone. Great job by the Falcons offense.
1st and goal for the Falcons, following Hainsworth's 2nd penalty. Turner down inside the 2. Rocky McIntosh made the tackle. Goal-to-go offense for the Falcons this season, operating at 93%.
I guess you got to be perfect in the NFL this season. 13 out of 14, and they're in 4th.
So the Falcons kept their offense on the field on 4th and 1 from the 8. Draw the penalty, pick up an automatic 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 2. Off the fake to Turner, right into the end zone. Touchdown, Tony Gonzalez.
That's exactly what happens when you have a good run game. You have the play fake coming in the middle. You see it right there. And then the rollout by Matt Ryan and Tony Gonzalez. Everybody worried about the run. You better cover Tony Gonzalez because that's the guy they're going to be going to score points.
Jason Elam adds the extra point. Back in Atlanta, Falcons score on their opening drive. 4th touchdown reception of the season for Gonzalez. And the key play, the Haynesworth penalty on 4th down.
Attention to detail. You talk about a team who's 4-3 trying to get back on a roll. The Atlanta Falcons, great attention to detail. And one of the reasons that Washington is struggling at 2-5, a lack of attention to detail. They take advantage of Albert Haynesworth on the opening play with cadence, and they get him again on a 4th and 1.
Michael Kanan kicks off for the Falcons. Taken at the 5 by Rock Cartwright. Cartwright knocked out of bounds. Falcons lead the Redskins 7-0 early first quarter. Jason Campbell on the Washington offense will start from their own 24-yard line with Quentin Portis in the backfield. 3 wide receivers, Randall L in the slot. On first down, this is Portis. Not much. Gain of a yard. As we check out the Redskins offense, of course, 2 starting offensive linemen on injured reserve, Chris Samuels and Randy Thomas.
And that's what impacts Clinton Portis, Santana Moss, Devin Thompson, Fred Davis, who's starting for Chris Cooley. It's going to be hard for the skill players to get things done today when you continually have changes in this offensive line. And there's Chris Cooley right there on the side, their best offensive player to this point this season.
Second down and 9. It's Portis again. Runs right into the arms of Stephen Nicholas. So a good start for the Cardinals in Chicago. 3rd down and 9. Redskins must get to the 34. Campbell in trouble. Down he goes. Troy Bierman with his 4th sack of the season.
I think this is just a great example of what has happened to this Redskin offense with their offensive line. That's a 3-man rush. That means that you can double 2 of the 3 guys. I mean, yeah, all this nonsense before the snap, but watch. It's just the 3 down that go. That guy's standing around. It's unbelievable.
They show 7 on the line of scrimmage, but to get pressure with 3 is not a good start.
Pressure, got a sack with 3.
The punt from the newest Redskin, Sam Pelescu, replacing the injured Hunter Smith, and a nice return by Wheat. You look good, Goose. Goose and Cletus on the sidelines today.
Whose doll is that?
Can't tell you that. 1st and 10, 46-yard line. The end around. And Eric Weems gains 2 out to the 48-yard line. Falcons scored on their opening drive. Redskins went 3 and out.
Well, not surprising right there, you know, for the Washington offense. I mean, it's unbelievable a 3-man rush gets a sack. But I am surprised by how easily Atlanta went down the field on their opening drive.
Helped out by 2 Haynesworth penalties, including 1 on 4th down. 2nd and 8. Ryan over the middle. And Turner tackled at the Washington 48-yard line by London Fletcher after a gain of 5. So the Falcons now facing a 3rd and 4. Matt Ryan 4 for his first 5, including a touchdown pass to Gonzalez. Ron Haynes in the backfield. Falcons must get to the 44 for a first down. Ryan takes off and is tackled by the Redskins' first-round draft pick out of Texas, Brian Arakpo. Loss of 1 on the play.
Well, they moved Albert Haynesworth outside. They brought him to the edge. Now, what that does, it makes it easy for a back to chip. When Arakpo goes out, Justin Blaylock turns outside to help on Haynesworth also. So you've got 3 guys on him. I'd like to see him more inside. If you really want to be able to get him in a one-on-one, you're not going to do it off the edge. Washington's lined up offsides right now.
And there is a flag. Canaan's punt fielded at the 12. Fair catch called for by
They're going to get a first down.
It's unbelievable. Lined up offsides. Good call, Moose.
Ron Winter, our referee today.
Offside. Defense number 37, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty that results in a first down.
That's Reed Dowdy. It's the second Washington penalty on 4th down, which gives the Falcons an automatic first.
Are you kidding me? I mean, that's unbelievable. It's not even close. Goosey's going to use the excuse, hey, we were on the Falcon emblem. I couldn't find my hash marks. You know, all that red and black and white and everything together. I couldn't tell where I was.
No excuse. No excuse.
Darryl spotting it from all the way up here in the broadcast booth. For an automatic first down. More flags.
False start. Offense number 62. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
This one's on the center, Todd McClure.
That's very unusual for the center to be called for offsides unless he's doing something with the ball or something to draw somebody offsides on the other line with his hand. These guys have to know the snap count. I mean, that's the most important thing that they have to know.
Following the penalty, first down and 15 from the Redskins 48. Falcons leading 7-0. Ryan's pass is picked off by Rocky McIntosh. McIntosh brings it back to the 48-yard line. 19 yards on the return, only the 4th interception this season by the Redskins. Matt Ryan picked off for the 8th time, Darryl, in the last 4 games.
And really, it was just a bad decision. You want to go to Michael Jenkins right here if you're looking at the top of the screen. They've got Marty Booker covered really well in the center of the field, but what you want to look for is your opportunities for one-on-one, and at the left, he's got Roddy White one-on-one with D'Angelo Hall. So 3 options to go to. 2 of them were open. Matt Ryan went to the wrong one.
So terrific field position for the Redskins as Portis takes it into Falcons territory. Bit of a reprieve for the Redskins after that penalty on 4th down during the punt, which gave the Falcons the automatic first down. Redskins have had slow starts this season. They've scored only 1 touchdown in the first quarter.
Well, Rocky McIntosh makes a good play because you kind of slow down that Atlanta momentum that they've generated early in this game. And when you've got a season where you're sitting at 2-5 and things aren't going your way, a lot of times you have that, oh, here we go again mentality.
Second career interception for McIntosh. Campbell on 2nd and 5. And it's through the hands of Devin Thomas. Terrific coverage from the right corner, Chris Houston.
They got a one-on-one situation with Devin Thomas and Chris Houston at the top. Great. Just gets his head around. I mean, you can't play it any better. Man-to-man coverage. He reads the wide receiver. As soon as the wide receiver gives him a sign that the ball is on its way, he gets his head around and gets his hands up.
3rd down and 5. Odell Betts in the backfield. 3 wide receivers for the Redskins. Campbell takes off. Picks up the first down. Jason Campbell out of bounds at the 34 after gaining 14. And head coach Jim Zorn told us yesterday, I need to help Jason make some plays with his feet, and he picks up a first.
Well, I don't know if he could have made this play before the bye week. He's had some issues with his ankles. I don't know if he's felt confident in his ability to pull the ball down and get the yardage necessary for the first down. No signs of any limping there with the ankle, and good recognition of what the man-to-man coverage back to the ball, which means the Atlanta defenders have their back to the football.
On first down, Portis tries to bounce it to the outside, but is tackled back at the 36-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play. There's Jamal Anderson, first-round pick 2 years ago, in on the tackle of Clinton Portis. Second down and 12. Redskins hoping to capitalize on the Matt Ryan turnover. Number 36, again, it's Portis. This time finds a hole. There's a penalty marker after Chevis Jackson makes the tackle down at the 28, and Portis remains down.
That was a big collision at the end of that run, Tony. We kind of heard it all the way up here.
Yeah.
Holding. Offense number 61. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
You finally get a positive run, and you've got a holding penalty on Casey Raubach, but Clinton Portis battling injuries all year. He felt better coming into this game. Now he's down. Good to see Clinton Portis up on his feet walking off the field. He got caught in between two helmets. Chevis Jackson and Thomas Deku hit him at exactly the same time on the helmet. Boom, boom. So good to see him up and walking off the field. That's a big collision right there with two guys coming in.
Portis gained 8 on the play, but it's erased by the Casey Raubach penalty. Liddell Betts replaces Portis in the Redskins backfield. Second down and 22. Deflected by Davis and then intercepted by Ty Hill. Hill inside the 20. He's going to take it all the way for a Falcons touchdown.
Well, the Atlanta Falcons right now doing what the Washington Redskins need to do. They're generating points with their defense. The attention to detail has been excellent up until this point. And what great hustle by everybody on that defense, getting in front of Ty Hill to lead him into the end zone.
62-yard return. The pass deflected off the hands of the tight end, Fred Davis, into the arms of Ty Hill, the former Ram. Ty Hill needs some oxygen following his 62-yard return for his first NFL score.
Well, Fred Davis right here, he's got to make this catch. A little short pass route. Put in a good spot by Jason Campbell. And look at his teammates rally to him. Everybody jumping in front, escorting Ty Hill all the way down the field for 6 points.
That whole defense will go in and turn. Look at these guys make blocks so he can get into the end zone. Everybody's hustling, running. Nice cutback by Ty Hill to get in the end zone to get them 7. You're exactly right. That's exactly what the Redskins needed to do. The Atlanta Falcons are going and bringing it to them, Moose.
Kickoff taken out the 2 by Rock Cartwright. And Bierman downfield. He had a sack earlier. And now a special teams tackle at the 13-yard line. So now Jason Campbell leads the Redskins offense back out. Fred Davis, that pass was intended for, starting today for the injured Chris Cooley, missing his first ever NFL game. And Davis has good hands. As we look at Clinton Portis, a head contusion, his return is questionable. Davis stayed in Washington during the bye week. He was scheduled to go home to the West Coast, stayed in D.C. to work on his blocking, and ironically, it's a pass that deflects off his hands and is returned for the touchdown.
Yeah, the strength for Fred Davis is his ability as a receiver at the tight end spot.
Campbell to Thomas, incomplete. Thomas never had control. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Little things, Tony. Right now, the Redskins are just really struggling with the little things. Attention to detail is such a big separator in the NFL, and whether it's looking the ball all the way in so you don't get a deflected interception or a drop pass that you should have caught that would have made it 2nd and 3, jumping offsides, lining up offsides.
On 2nd and 10, this is Betts. 3rd down and 7, empty backfield. Campbell looking for his first completion. He throws, and the catch is made by Davis. This time he's able to hang on for a Redskins first down out of the 26, a gain of 9.
Nice composure by Jason Campbell. He has to have happy feet. I mean, he took a beating 2 weeks ago against the Philadelphia Eagles. It was only officially 6 sacks, but Philadelphia's defense roughed him up, and I tell you, he's doing all right now. I don't know how much longer this is going to last, because he just does not look comfortable dropping back in that pocket.
This is Betts on first down, and Betts tackled by Brent Grimes, gains 4 yards.
Well, you talked about it earlier, Moose, you did, about Jason Campbell and him having confidence in that offensive line to giving him protection. Well, now he's got to worry about those wide receivers and having confidence in them to catch the ball when he puts it out there. We're seeing too many balls on the ground and, and tip balls that should be caught by those wide receivers.
Only one completion for Campbell in this first quarter, 2nd and 6. Campbell looks to set up the screen, but Cartwright is tackled back at the 29-yard line by Vance Walker, loss of a yard. Vance Walker called up from the Falcons practice squad, 2nd-round draft pick. So the Redskins now facing 3rd down and 7.
Oh, nice job recognizing the screen inside and getting down the line of scrimmage. They're playing at a different tempo right now, the Atlanta Falcons are, than the Washington Redskins.
Redskins do not have to run a play. 2-second differential. Game clock, play clock.
What a great example of an offense that's struggling. You always want opportunities to snap the ball and have a play.
Back in Atlanta, how cool is that?
Well, it's appropriate for Veterans Day. Little display by the 101st Airborne.
We start the second quarter. 3rd down and 7. Redskins must get to the 37-yard line for a first down. Campbell in trouble. There's a penalty marker. Campbell down back at the 27-yard line. Jonathan Babineau.
Holding. Offense number 61. Penalty decline. Makes it 4th down.
Well, we had 2 holding penalties, both on Casey Robach. He's one of their guys who's been there. You know, he's one of the guys you shouldn't have to worry about. Run a little stunt inside. He gets a handful of Jonathan Babineau.
So a sack for Babineau. Pulaski's second punt. There is a flag. Punt lands out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Or if he ran out of bounds and didn't make a competitive effort to get back into the field of play.
The official did throw his hat, which would indicate a player went out of bounds. Side judge Tom Hill chatting with Ron Winter.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 20, the kicking team. Went out of bounds and did not return to the field immediately. A 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
That's on Justin Tryon. It's the 5th Redskins penalty.
You can get shoved out of bounds, but he's got to make an effort to get in right now. He starts to come back, and then he veers off again to elude the Falcon player, Christopher Owens. They all know that. You can say, hey, that's a little touchy. You know, he was coming back in. But as soon as he veers back out, I mean, you got to get back onto the field of play as soon as you can.
So the Falcons start from their own 35-yard line, leading the Redskins 14-0. Ryan hands it off to Turner. And Turner gains 2. Rocky McIntosh had an interception earlier, makes the tackle at the 37.
This Atlanta ground game hasn't really gotten on track yet. Michael Turner had the one big run on that opening drive that got him up with some positive yards in the rushing game. 33-yarder in that first drive.
That Washington defense really has an idea of what's coming at him, whether it's going to be pass or run. They're playing that run pretty hard up front.
From the 37, the toss to Stecker. Aaron Stecker, former Saint and Buccaneer, takes it out to the 43-yard line. Gain of 6, setting up 3rd down and 2. Falcons once again without Jarius Norwood, missing his 3rd consecutive game. Jason Snelling is inactive, so Aaron Stecker seeing action here in the first half. There's Norwood, out with the hip injury. Third down and 2. Right out of the shotgun. Inside handoff. Turner has a first down. London Fletcher makes the tackle, but not before Turner takes it out to the 48-yard line. Needed 2, gained 5.
Maybe a little key right there for that Washington defense. Aaron Stecker goes off the field. Michael Turner comes in. You got to be thinking run when you look over to the side and see the down and distance.
Greg Blosch, Redskins defensive coordinator. Falcons move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 48. The toss to Roddy White. And White is tackled by LaRon Landry at midfield after a gain of just 2.
Nice job by LaRon Landry coming from his deep safety position. Last time out for this defense, they got burned by the Philadelphia Eagles on a big reverse. So you know that's one of the things that they're working on.
First time the ball has been in the hands of White today, the Falcons' leading receiver, without a reception so far. Three wide receivers on 2nd and 8. Falcons keep it on the ground with Turner. Penalty marker as Turner is still on his feet. He's inside the 20. And finally brought down at the 11-yard line, but there is a flag. After Turner gains 39, flag is out at midfield. And this looks to be against Atlanta.
Holding. Offense number 77. A 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Right tackle, Tyson Clabo.
Oh, what a beautiful block. Clabo had to hold, but watch here. Michael Jenkins. Boom!
Jenkins knocking over Chris Horton. Strong safety.
I mean, that's a nice block by a wide receiver right there, Moose.
But when you go into the inside, if you can take the guy that the running back can't see, somebody coming from inside out, and allow him to make a move on the people who are in his field of vision, and that's exactly what Michael Jenkins did. As he came out, Chris Horton's coming from the inside out. There's a couple of guys there, but take the one that Michael Turner's not going to see. Great choice of who he was going to put the wood to.
Well, instead of a 39-yard pickup, it's 2nd down and 17. Falcons back at their own 41. Ryan over the middle. Catch by Jenkins. And the tackle by H.B. Blades, who underwent arthroscopic surgery, Darryl, 12 days ago. Redskins had the bye. He does not miss a game.
Pretty impressive for H.B. Blades to be back on the field. We were surprised to hear that that there was a possibility he was going to play. And sometimes you get the other guy, and sometimes the other guy gets you.
Payback sometimes.
Jim Zorn told us yesterday, HB has a very high pain tolerance. Play blown dead. Penalty markers on 3rd and 12.
Ball start. Offense number 14. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
Eric Weems.
A little sloppy here for the Atlanta Falcons with some of these penalties. Negated the big run by Michael Turner.
Think it's going to be a pass here, Moose, 3rd and 17. I wouldn't worry about the run too much.
They might play that field position game.
Nope, they're not going to try and fool him. They set up the screen. Stecker tackled out at midfield by Tryon. So the Falcons will send out the punting unit.
Well, when you got an offense that's struggling as mightily as Washington's is, don't give them any ray of hope. You don't give them a short field, so play the percentages, a draw, a screen, something safe. Put yourself in a position to really affect field position right now. Bring your punt team out and pin the Redskins back deep in their territory.
There is the former Falcon, D'Angelo Hall, has not returned a punt in the NFL since 2 seasons ago with the Falcons. All hearing the boos from the crowd.
He said he's been waiting for this game for a long time.
Had it circled on his calendar. Back in Atlanta, Falcons lead the Redskins 14-0. The official report on Clinton Portis, he did suffer a concussion. There's Clinton on the left. He will not return. And on the right, just getting up on his crutches, is Chris Cooley.
That's a lot of weapons on the sideline there.
The Redskins without Portis, without Cooley, go to work from their own 18-yard line. The handoff to Liddell Betts. Takes it out to the 21-yard line for a gain of 3. Betts put up big numbers back in 2006. Gained over 1,000 yards, 5 consecutive 100-yard games, including 155 against the Falcons.
They've got a solid group of backup running backs. Liddell Betts, as you pointed out, filled in very well for Clinton Portis when he was down. And Rock Cartwright has always been a steady guy. He's actually been pushed into duty from time to time and is a great special teams player for Washington.
Second down and 7. Campbell to Santana Moss. Third down and 3 for the Redskins. Campbell over the middle. Mike Sellers. There's a fullback down. Sellers all the way down inside the Falcons' 30-yard line. A 47-yard pass play.
Well, when you give Jason Campbell time, that's what he could do. He can look downfield and find a receiver wide open.
Well, one of the things that he did on this play, he's going to come out from this area here, is the fact that Mike Sellers was the second read, and a lot of times we don't hear Jason Campbell having the opportunity to get to that second read because he has been so worried about protection. That time he hung in the pocket.
Longest career reception for the 12-yard veteran Sellers, and now Campbell is sacked by Chevis Jackson back at the 38-yard line. It's the 3rd Falcons sack of this first half.
That's smart by the Atlanta Falcons. Bring the pressure. Don't let Jason Campbell get any confidence after he has a big play downfield. Come and bring some pressure on him. Looks like he's a little banged up there, too, limping.
Well, I'm surprised it took this long to drop some pressure. It looked like they had a screenplay call, but Mike Sellers has got to stay with Chevis Jackson a little bit longer before he turns him loose.
Chevis Jackson does a nice job of wrapping him up and getting him down.
Second down and 19. Antoine Randall. Down to the 24-yard line. Gain of 13.
That's one of the other things I'd like to see them do. I'd like to see them move the pocket a little bit. The ball is coming out very quick. And another way you can take advantage of maybe the potential of having an offensive line that's struggling is moving the pocket. But Jim Zorn he's really concerned about the speed of Atlanta's defense, and he said one of the things he thought about with that is, you know, when we move that pocket, they've got such good team speed on the defensive side that we don't know how effective it'll be.
3rd down and 6. Campbell has completed his last 5 pass attempts, but this time he is sacked for the 4th time in this first half. Jonathan Babineau with his 2nd sack of the game.
You know you have the quarterback in disarray when he is not looking downfield. The pressure coming from the outside, Jason Campbell is looking at the pressure and not at his receivers downfield. You see his head right there. He's looking, he's scrambling, he's moving at the top of your screen. He knows he's getting pressure. He sees all these bodies. He's trying to find an open place to move to, and there's nothing there for him.
So here's Sweezum, a new holder in Polescu from the right hash. 48-yard attempt. And the kick by Sweezum is straight through. Redskins drive 52 yards, 7 plays. The key play, the 47-yard completion from Jason Campbell to Mike Sellers.
Yeah, but I think some problems on that drive, even though they got the 3 points, the Atlanta Falcons finally started to bring some pressure. They really harassed Jason Campbell, so they can expect to see that the rest of the game.
Eric Weems back deep for the Falcons, who lead 14-3. Weems stays on his feet. Brings it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Falcons lead 14-3. There's Sam Baker, the starting left tackle. Baker out, Will Svitek in.
That could be some problems on that left side for the Atlanta Falcons. Sam Baker brought in to protect the blind side of Matt Ryan that same draft in 08.
Good field position following the 38-yard return by Weems. This is Turner on first down. Looks to push the pile.
Holy cow. That's a good effort by Michael Turner down the bottom of that thing.
And there's Svitek, former Kansas City Chief. Turner gaining 3 on first down, second down and 7. Second and 7 from the 42. Ryan to the outside. It's gathered in for a first down by Roddy White in Redskins territory. 13-yard pass play.
Did they think Roddy White was standing at the sideline? There's nobody out there on him. Watch him as he comes up. The safety drops so fast. Roddy just sits down, gets the will cross the first down marker. Matt Ryan does a great job of finding him, getting the first down. If they're going to play him that soft, expect a lot more balls to go out to Roddy White.
His first catch today leads the Falcons with 38 receptions. So Carlos Rogers, the right corner, matched up with White. Ryan to White again. Rogers pushing him out of bounds at the 39.
I guess they didn't learn the first time, Darryl.
Well, you know, right now I think Atlanta is setting Washington up. There's been several times on film where this aggressive secondary has bit on a double move route. And on Friday's practice, I did see a little hand signal by Matt Ryan out to Roddy White on a double move, a little hitch and go.
Rogers, the Georgia native, matched up with White, second and 2. Ryan over the top, Turner, first down. Tackled by the combination of Arakpo and McIntosh, gain of 8. Falcons move the chains.
The Atlanta Falcons are starting to assemble a pretty impressive group of skill players offensively. And when we talked to Tony Gonzalez, he's excited to be a part of it. He said he's definitely coming back next season. Michael Turner is your running back, stresses the front, and then you've got Roddy White, Michael Jenkins, and Tony Gonzalez to work on the outside in the passing game.
First and 10 from the Redskins 30. The toss to Turner. And Turner turns on the Jets. He's inside the 10, the 5, touchdown.
Nice job by Will Svitek, who's in there for Sam Baker. Gets out on the edge, throws a nice chop block. Creates that alley for Michael Turner to get up inside. A lot of times you see those big offensive linemen get out front. When they throw, they're not real effective with it. They just kind of roll around and kind of distract the guy because they're so big. But Will Svitek did a nice job getting somebody chopped down.
Turner's 9th. Falcons extend their lead. 5 plays, 61 yards. Michael Turner with 77 yards on only 9 carries today.
Well, it was important to get that running game back on track. Follow it up from last Monday night against New Orleans. It makes Matt Ryan a better quarterback. And any quarterback will tell you that. When that running game is going, it makes everything easier. And it's been a little bit sluggish this year up until this point.
Canaan's kickoff is taken out the 8 by Rock Cartwright. Cartwright tackled by Stecker after a 22-yard return.
Well, it's a good play by the Atlanta Falcons. Watch Will Svitek, but the Washington Redskin defense makes it easy. Stop right there. There's the chop. D'Angelo Hall needs to be back in here, and then watch the horrible angle by LaRon Landry.
And Fred Smoot also. He can't give himself up like that and just get chop blocked. He's got to use his hands. Those guys got to play better together, Fred Smoot and D'Angelo Hall. One of them needs to go and take on the block, and the other guy needs to go and make the tackle.
All right, here's now the Redskins offense back to work as Liddell Betts gains 4 out to the 33-yard line. Betts in for the injured Clinton Portis, who suffered a concussion earlier in this first half. Redskins also without Chris Cooley. They haven't scored more than 17 points in a game all season. They did at least 22 today. Second down and 6. Campbell sacked for the 5th time today. Jonathan Babineau along with John Abraham.
Moose, I think they just need to go max protection and one wide receiver routes, because they're going to get that kid killed.
Yeah, well, he may have been healthy coming out of the bye, but this is the 2nd time we've seen him down after he's been sacked. And again, you know, he had some ankle issues going into the bye week. That one looked like maybe it was getting sacked on top of the football, but these are 3-step drops. These are quick passes to try and prevent hits on the quarterback, and they are still getting there.
Mike Williams needs to keep his head up. He goes and tries to block somebody coming in on the blitz, and he puts his head down, and the guy goes right around him.
There's Todd Collins, the Redskins backup, warming up with Campbell down on all fours after he was sacked for the 5th time in this first half.
But when you go into a season with your offensive line that was injured at the end of last season, remember this Redskin team started out 6-2 last year, and they finished 2-6, and a lot of that was because of injuries in the offensive line. You did nothing to remedy that situation. You rolled the dice. You came into this season hoping that Randy Thomas would be able to make it through, hoping that Chris Samuels would be able to make it through, that you had somebody established at your right tackle, and everything went wrong. Randy Thomas goes on IR, then Chris Samuels goes on IR. Could be career-ending injury for Chris Samuels, and now you have no options. There's no options to try and solidify this offensive line.
So here's Todd Collins, who turned 38 on Thursday. The pass is caught by Moss, but he's met immediately by Chris Houston. Loss of 4 on the play, so the Redskins will punt it away.
Big part of the game plan was getting Jason Campbell to use his feet to keep these plays going, but with all the sacks and pressure, now him being injured on the sideline a little bit, I don't know how this offense is going to get anything started.
Goose, the 5 sacks by the Falcons tie a franchise record. Most sacks in one half by Atlanta.
When they're getting sacks on 3-step drops, they're getting, you know, sacks on a 3-man pressure.
Punt by Olescu. Taken at the 27 by Weems. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. And Weems with the return out to the 47-yard line. There is a flag.
Michael Strahan over in Afghanistan, he's seeing this offensive line for the Redskins, hoping that maybe he could play. That record that he had, he would have blown it away, I think, against these guys.
What a job by the guys singing God Bless America with the troops, led by Terry Bradshaw.
That was just a great job by the entire crew and the staff that went over to Afghanistan from Fox Sports.
They'll be back in Los Angeles next week. And following the penalty during the return, Falcons forced back to their own 19-yard line. 2:17 remaining, first half here in Atlanta. I know Tony Gonzalez likes the passes high, but that one from Ryan just a bit too high.
Albert Haynesworth's had nice pressure on that play too. Right in Matt Ryan's face to elevate that throw.
The report guys on the left tackle, Sam Baker, aggravated the ankle injury he suffered last week. So Svitek remains in the game. Second and 10 from the 19-yard line. Ryan shovel pass to Stecker. And Aaron Stecker has a first down. Out to the 33. He gains 14, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning with the Falcons leading. Back in Atlanta, where the Falcons lead the Redskins 21-3. Many of the Redskins shaking their heads, like Santana Moss on the sidelines. Ryan's pass is caught out of the 39, and Chris Horton was right there to wrap up Tony Gonzalez's gain of 7. Second and 3 from the 40. catch.
Dangerous throw right there by Matt Ryan. D'Angelo Hall was kind of sitting on that. He's mad at himself that he didn't get a better jump on that ball. You watch at the end of this, he's kind of squatting on that. Matt Ryan got it out far enough, but a pretty dangerous throw to that sideline.
Third down and 3. Ryan can't find it at one. Falcons must get to the 43, and Ryan picks up the first down, and then a late hit. LaRon Landry. A couple of flags come flying in.
Another smart move there.
Now you got D'Angelo Hall on the sideline in the middle of all that.
How about Mike Smith in the middle of it?
Yeah.
He's held away by his tight end, Justin Peel. Oh, now Albert Hainsworth comes in, and another flag. I think that latest flag's going to be on Hainsworth.
Again, we talked about attention to detail, being smart. LaRon Landry, that's not playing the game. You're going to get flagged. Now, Mike Smith is right in the middle of this the whole time because it happens right in front of him. Get out of bounds, get out of bounds, get the first down. Okay, now he's got the hit on his quarterback. Now he's in the middle of it. Yeah, and he is furious. That's your franchise quarterback there, and he is right in the mix. And now you got D'Angelo Hall, an ex-Falcon, an ex-Raider. He was outspoken this week about this organization, letting him go. He tried to play it down during the course of the week, but he finally let his hand show late in the week this week. And you heard Tony talk about him. He's had this day circled for quite some time to come back here to the Georgia Dome. I think we've got some ejections coming.
There are 2 fouls on the play. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 30, defense. That penalty will be accepted. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 92. That penalty is declined. First down, Atlanta.
Landry and then Hainsworth.
But just lucky to have Albert Hainsworth still in the game. The emotions just get completely away from you. D'Angelo Hall there's nobody from the Redskins trying to get him out of there. Finally, Justin Tryon finally comes back to try and get him out of there. They're just a little bit late getting to him. He needs to get out of there. And there's Albert coming in. He gets that whole pile moving the other direction pretty quick.
Tony, you know Mike Smith very well from your days together in Baltimore. Seems like the type of guy who will always have his players' backs.
Always, always. I mean, he's the loyalist man I know. He'll get in there. I mean, he's not scared of anybody. He's not going to back down. His players, and that was a cheap shot right there that Landry did. And I know Mike's upset about that. And, you know, when he sees a scuffle, he's not going to go and run anywhere. He's going to be right in the middle of it like we just saw, sticking up for his players.
So first and 10 from the Redskins, 41. Ryan to Marty Booker. Booker walked out at the 32-yard line. The 11-year veteran, gain of 9. Second down and 1. Falcons have 2 timeouts remaining. Ryan steps up, and that is wrapped up by Golston. Tried to get rid of it, and there is a flag.
Yeah, you just got to take that one. You know, don't try and salvage that play. I know that Matt was trying to avoid the sack, but he's going to get an intentional grounding on top of it. I don't think he had anybody in the area.
Just watching the defensive line. Albert Hainsworth lined up at right end, was in a 2-point stance, never even got his hand down. And when you don't get your hand down as a rusher up on the line of scrimmage, I mean, you really can't have any effect. It's getting pressure on the quarterback. There he is on the outside at the top of your screen.
Reed Dowdy coming off the edge got Matt Ryan to step up into all that pressure.
Good job by Svitek on Hainsworth.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 2. Even though the quarterback was out of the pocket, the ball did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Therefore, it's a 10-yard penalty. Loss of down. Makes it 3rd down. Atlanta is elected to take a 10-second runoff as part of the penalty that occurs inside of 2 minutes. Please reset the game clock to 49 seconds.
So the game clock will be reset. And for the Falcons, 3rd down and 11 from the Redskins 42. Three wide receivers. Ainsworth on the sideline. White split to the left. Jenkins to the right. Booker in the slot. Ryan on 3rd and 12. And that pass a bit high, intended for Roddy White. Another flag as Ryan gets back up onto his feet.
Are they going to roughing the passer on Lorenzo Alexander?
Personal foul. Roughing the quarterback. Defense. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
That's the 4th automatic 1st down given to the Falcons following a Redskins penalty.
That's driving him to the ground. I think that's what they called it.
Do you think, Tony? I don't.
Well, he's got his arms wrapped like that. You can't go and drive your shoulder into the quarterback. You know me, I'm the first guy to go and stick up for the defensive player, but you know, he had Matt Ryan there, and
I don't think he drove him to the ground, Tony. I don't think he was far enough away. I think the timing was okay, that you couldn't say that he had time to pull off.
Make sure you mark that down. It doesn't happen very often, Nick.
Ryan complete for Roddy White. White gets out of bounds at the 19-yard line, stopping the clock with 33 seconds remaining in the half. Gain of 7. Falcons looking to add to their lead. Atlanta 21-3 over the Redskins. 2nd down and 3 with 33 seconds remaining. Ryan taken down back at the 31-yard line. For the Redskins, it's their 3rd sack of this first half. And the Falcons use their 2nd timeout.
Little twist on the offensive left side. Andre Carter comes inside. Albert Hainsworth goes outside. Confuses Justin Blaylock and Will Svitek.
And it's the 2nd sack for Arakpo today. Now has 5.5, which leads all rookies in the NFL this season. 1st round pick out of Texas. So Falcons now with 1 timeout remaining. Back at the 29-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 12. It's Clinton Portis suffered a concussion earlier. Boy, how about the Cardinals? 31-7 over the Bears in Chicago. Third down and 12. Ryan throws. And the catch is made by Gonzalez. And he looks to have a 1st down. Falcons use their 3rd and final timeout.
Maybe we can
coach of the Falcons.
We can find out what went on in that melee there at the end of the 1st half. Hopefully Coach Billick will get wind of that. Ask Coach Smith what was going on down there. What were you thinking?
This drive kept alive by the penalty. Ryan picked up a 1st down on the play, but Falcons gained 15 on the Landry late hit. 23 seconds to go in the half. As Ryan again was under intense pressure from the combination of Hainsworth and Arakpo. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Pretty impressive combination they've got working on that offensive left side.
Yeah, they're getting 2 one-on-ones over there, and they're getting a lot of pressure running games and even just manning up.
We got Albert Hainsworth going off right now. So now, take advantage of this opportunity because he's really been pushing the pile backwards. Second
and 10 from the 17. This is Turner. Remember, the Falcons are out of timeouts. Andre Carter made the tackle. Ryan spikes it, and now the Falcons will send out the field goal unit.
Interesting play call there with no timeouts. Wouldn't mind seeing that one earlier in this series. But with Albert Haynesworth on the sideline, you weren't going to get that big push and sneak Michael Turner up inside as easily as you could have on the previous plays.
First field goal attempt for Elam, who missed 2 last week. A new long snapper, Brad Pittman, signed this week to replace the injured Mike Schneck. So a 33-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elam is good. So the Falcons extend their lead at the half. Both teams came in off losing streaks. Redskins dropped 3 in a row. Falcons lost their last 2. Things going well for Atlanta. Not so much for the Redskins, particularly on offense. There's Jason Campbell, who hopes to return. Suffered a chest contusion in the second quarter. The Redskins also lost Clinton Portis today due to a concussion. Chris Cooley inactive for the first time in his career. And how about his head coach, Jim Zorn, attended Cooley's surgery during the bye week?
Yeah, bizarre. He's got an interest in medicine, so he sat in on it. But, you know, 2 guys that aren't on that sheet, Randy Thomas and Chris Samuels. And really that's where everything has started when we talk about how you find the Washington Redskins in this position. The offensive line has been in disarray since week 2, and they have not been able to get it fixed. They did not address it in the offseason, and unfortunately, their schedule only gets harder after this week.
It certainly does. Redskins will start from their own 20. Let's talk about this Falcons defense. They held the Redskins, as Campbell does come out to start the second half. Falcons defense held the Redskins to 3 first downs. They had 5 sacks, and they returned an interception for a touchdown.
Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of things changing the other direction for the Washington Redskins. Again, it all starts up front. When you do not have continuity in your offensive line, it impacts your running game and your pass protection. So until they can get those guys up to speed, it's not going to change.
Campbell back in, and his first pass deflects off the hands of Santana Moss. Adele Betts in for the injured Portis, and Betts takes it out across the 24. Gain of 5 for the Falcons in that first half. 2.5 sacks for Jonathan Babineau, 1 for Croy Bierman, 1 for Shevis Jackson, and John Abraham credited with a half sack. Falcons tie a franchise record, most sacks in 1 half. 3 wide receivers for the Redskins. 3rd down and 5. Campbell takes off and picks up another first down with his feet. He told us he's not used to sliding. It's only the 4th first down for the Redskins. Campbell has picked up 2 of them on the run.
That really wasn't a good slide right there.
Well, we talked about back to the ball coverages. Now watch what happens here when you play 2-man, which means you have a 2-deep shell, 2 deep safeties, and man underneath. Everybody's going to turn their back to the quarterback. And Jason Campbell has done a good job of recognizing that on a couple of occasions here to get some first downs and some positive yards for this offense.
Campbell gained 19 from the 44. This is Cartwright. And Rock Cartwright is out to the 49-yard line, a gain of 5.
Always been a Rock Cartwright fan. Does everything you ask him to do. Return kicks, play running back, play fullback, coverage teams. You have to have a guy like Rock Cartwright on your team if you're going to be successful.
His 8th year with the Redskins. Cartwright again. Cartwright into Falcons territory. Tackled by the leading tackler in the entire league coming into this week, Curtis Lofton. Gain of 4. The Redskins have already surpassed their rushing yardage total, as we saw Haynesworth heading back to the Redskins sidelines. Redskins 32 rushing yards down in the first half, already 33 on this drive.
I would start to lean on my running game in this second half. I mean, you're down by 21 points, but you are not protecting your quarterbacks.
Throw down and one off the fake to Cartwright. This is Sellers. And the fullback has a first down. He had a 47-yard reception earlier. This time, gains 11.
I like the play calling right now by Sherm Lewis. He's doing a good job of protecting everybody. You run a little bit of a bootleg. Mike Sellers goes down, sells it, gets Mike Peterson to bite inside, gets out into the flat. It's a safe pass. You know, move that pocket, get Jason Campbell away from the inside.
You mentioned Sherm Lewis. He's the offensive consultant brought in by the Redskins in early October. Campbell, quick release. And the catch is made by Marco Mitchell, his first reception in the NFL. The rookie 7th-round draft pick out of Nevada, gain of 11.
And there's Sherm Lewis, who was brought in as an offensive consultant, and then Jim Zorn was strongly urged to hand over the play calling to Sherman Lewis. And now they're working the plays down to Sherman Smith on the sideline. He decides what goes into the quarterback.
Redskins putting together a nice drive to begin this second half. From the Falcons 25, it's Betts. Takes it down to the 22-yard line. Gain of 3. Redskins started this drive back at their own 20-yard line, trailing the Falcons 24-3. Moss split to the right. Devin Thomas in the slot. Sellers lined up as a tight end. And the play is blown dead.
False start. Offense number 45. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
That's Sellers, who was lined up to the left of the left tackle, Stephon Heyer.
Mike Sellers just moved his leg a little bit on the left outside. You see the frustration on Jason Campbell's face. He's got a nice little drive going together. They're doing a nice job of balancing the pass and the run, like Darryl talked about. Short passes to the outside. Everything's going right, and all of a sudden the penalty comes and stops you.
8th Redskins penalty, 2nd and 12. Campbell screen. Betts. And Liddell Betts takes it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Finally tackled by Eric Coleman. A 23-yard pass play.
Again, just some really nice play calling by Sherm Lewis and Sherman Smith right now. You motion Mike Sellers out to the right, to the wide side of the field. You run the screen back into the sideline. Casey Robach, a nice job getting out front, getting the critical block. Some good running by Liddell Betts. Impressive drive to open the second half by this Redskin offense. You saw the stats at halftime. They did nothing positive in that first half.
Already more yardage on this drive than the entire first half. First and goal from the 5. Campbell can't find anyone. Now he throws. And the catch is made down at the 1-yard line by Malcolm Kelly. His 8th catch of the year. Gain of 4.
Fred Davis, the tight end, may have been the primary receiver. He's going to slip as he's coming back out. So now Jason Campbell's got to immediately work to the other side of the field. Malcolm Kelly does a good job coming back on that ball.
Lorenzo Alexander in as an extra blocker. Brock Cartwright stuffed at the 1. Curtis Lofton the tackle. 3rd and goal upcoming.
Yeah, this is going to be no gimme for the Redskins from the 1-yard line.
Nice job by the defensive line of the Falcons getting low and letting those linebackers come and secure that tackle. Same thing they got to do. Now they got to be worried about that play action. That's what we've seen. We've seen a dive in the middle. And the next thing, play action to a tight end.
Three tight ends. Cartwright in the backfield. 3rd and goal. Cartwright. Roy Bierman, the first Falcon. And on the tackle, Cartwright stopped short.
Well, trying to get into the strength, the center and the left guard, Casey Robach, Derek Dockery, those are two of the original 5 from your opening day roster in their same positions, trying to take advantage of that, get right in behind them. But the Atlanta Falcon defensive line does a good job stuffing that up.
Redskins leave their offense on the field. 4th and goal from the 1. Odell Betts, touchdown.
Just a nice lead up to the middle of the defense there.
We've been talking about the continuity of this Redskin line all afternoon. The 2 guys who are in the same spot since opening day are right here. And that's exactly where that ball is going. Get in behind Derek Dockery and Casey Robach.
Only the 3rd rushing touchdown for the Redskins this season. The first for Liddell Betts. After they tried twice with Cartwright, squeeze him the extra point. Back in Atlanta, Malcolm Kelly having his ankle wrapped. Had a reception on the Redskins scoring drive.
Got rolled up on one of Rock Cartwright's runs early on that drive out to the left side.
Redskins drive 80 yards. 1-yard touchdown run by Liddell Betts. Squeeze him, kicking off to Weems. Takes it at the 3. Oh, and he's hit hard at the 22-yard line. Lorenzo Alexander. Impressive scoring drive by the Redskins. Now the Falcons go to work from their own 22-yard line. 3 tight ends for Atlanta. Michael Turner. Turner gain of 3 out to the 25-yard line.
Let's see if this Washington Redskin defense can stand up and slow this Falcon offense down. Their offense came out and did a nice job establishing some positive play on that opening drive. And here's a little bit of that nasty. Tyson Clabo, number 77, helping London Fletcher get away from that pile.
London looks like a soccer player there. You know when they touch a soccer player and he goes down like, ah! He's trying to sell it, but didn't get the flag.
Ryan on 2nd and 7. Complete to Gonzalez. Reed Doughty made the tackle at the 31-yard line. So the Falcons now facing a 3rd down and 1. London Fletcher, 12-year veteran, won a Super Bowl with the Rams.
At the top, we talked about these Redskin veterans having to step up and provide some good leadership as this season is kind of at that tipping point, the break. London, obviously, one of the guys that they have to play some inspired football down the stretch.
On 3rd and 1, the toss to Stecker, and LaRon Landry chases him down and keeps Stecker from turning the corner and picking up a 1st down.
Now there's a better angle by LaRon Landry. And that first half, Michael Turner had a long touchdown run. LaRon Landry, not a real good angle. This time he comes inside out, and that speed right there swallows up Aaron Stecker.
That's a nice tackle on the outside.
So Kanan back to punt for only the 2nd time, working with a new long snapper, Brian Pittman. Kanan from his own 20. D'Angelo Hall, the former Falcon. And Hall is tackled shy of the 20. Back in Atlanta, look at 3 of the retired numbers. Jeff Van Note working on the radio broadcast for the Falcons. And when you talk about the history of this franchise, Darryl, this season, Falcons looking to put together their first back-to-back winning seasons in franchise history.
That's shocking. That is shocking. There have been some good Atlanta Falcon teams. Surprising they haven't been able to sustain.
Campbell complete to Fred Davis. And the Redskins second-year tight end picks up a first down, a gain of 16.
And speaking about sustainability, that's one of the things that Mike Smith talked to us about on Friday. And right now, his defense has not sustained the emotion and the tempo.
Fred Davis does a nice job of staying with the block and then coming off, turning around looking for the ball. I mean, there was great timing between him and Jason Campbell on that play.
Here's Campbell now 5 for 6 in the second half. From the 35-yard line, the gift to Betts, and he gains 3. So Jason Campbell coming back. Todd Collins came in for one play in the second quarter. Campbell suffered the chest contusion, and there's Clinton Portis on the sidelines out with the concussion. Redskins also missing Chris Cooley and 2 starting offensive linemen on IR. But a good opening drive, and now the Redskins look to do some more.
Got to find a way to win, Darryl. Whatever it takes, whether it's running the ball, passing the ball, little short plays, but you got to find something that works.
2nd and 7, Liddell Betts found a hole, picks up a first down and more. Across midfield, tackled by Thomas Deku after a gain of 15.
You've got to be gap sound. You've got to stay in your position. John Abraham on the outside right here. He's got to squeeze Stephon Meyer. He's just backpedaling. He expands that hole. He blocks himself. Stephon Meyer doesn't even have to do anything.
Rock Cartwright in the backfield. First and 10 for the Falcons, 47. The end around to Moss. And Santana Moss, after doing a 360, gained 7 yards down to the Atlanta 40.
Well, everything we saw in the first half, attention to detail, fundamentals by the Atlanta Falcons, we're not seeing right now from their defense. We showed you John Abraham not playing good technique on the outside with a run coming his way. On that last play, Chris Houston has an opportunity. He plays it well, but he just doesn't make the tackle. They're not finishing their plays right now, and the attention to detail is not as crisp as it was in the first half.
2nd down and 3, Rock Cartwright with Sellers leading the way, and Cartwright picks up the Redskins first down.
Your favorite offense now, the Wildcat.
Love it, love it.
From the 34, the gift to Cartwright. This time not much. There is a flag. Chauncey Davis made the tackle.
Jonathan Babineau, who's just been an absolute force inside for the Atlanta Falcons.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's the left tackle higher.
See if it's a technique error. 74, Stephon Meyer. Yep, slow feet. Stepped inside, but then stopped his feet. Let's wait to see what Chauncey Davis, number 92, is going to do. Chauncey keeps going inside. He's got to hook him.
1st and 20 following the penalty. Betts in the backfield from the Falcons 44. Campbell, the slant to Moss.
Good job, Santana. That's a way to pop up.
Yeah, nobody touched him. Good awareness. Pop back up and gains 15 yards.
Moose, you're absolutely right. This Atlanta Falcons defense, I mean, no sense of urgency. Look at this play. No one touches them. Everybody stops. I mean, that's horrible by Nicholas. I mean, so you got to touch them. Keep going. What are you waiting for? These guys have been lulled to sleep in the second half. You think they would come out with a little fire. They haven't.
2nd down and 5, Liddell Betts. Betts down to the 27-yard line as time winds down in this 3rd quarter. Not a first half to remember for Jason Campbell. He was sacked 5 times, threw an interception, which was returned for a touchdown. He suffered that chest contusion, but a different story since halftime.
And the play calling by Sherm Lewis and Sherman Smith has been exceptional in this second half. And they've really kept Atlanta off balance. A nice job mixing quick passes, bootlegs, some good inside running by Liddell Betts and Rock Cartwright.
And now the Redskins facing a 3rd down and 3. They must get to the 24. Campbell to the outside, complete for a first down to Antoine Randall, forced out of bounds at the 19-yard line. He needed 3, and he gained 8.
Not really bringing the pressure that we saw, you know, going in the second quarter. Only 4 guys on the rush here. Jason Campbell has plenty of time to sit in the pocket and make the throw, Darryl.
It was a good job by him being able to get to that second one, and a heck of a throw. Kind of all his weight on the backs, on the heels of his feet.
Redskins on the move. They cut the Atlanta lead to 24-10 in the third quarter, Darryl. The Redskins ran 20 offensive plays, the Falcons only 3.
Just a great response by the Washington Redskins coming out after just a very, very poor first half. 69 yards and 3 first downs in that first half.
Well, Jason Campbell has completed his last 7 pass attempts. Unable to make it 8 in a row. Chris Houston on the coverage. Santana Moss, the intended receiver.
Looked like Chris Houston didn't see where the ball was coming. I thought he was going to have an opportunity to go and pick that ball.
Well, it looks like he's going to run a fade, right? He's going to push Chris Houston to turn so he can run the fade, and then it's the stop. So actually a pretty good job by Chris Houston not getting too far down the field, recognizing that Santana Moss had put the brakes on.
3 wide receivers on 2nd and 10. The handoff to Betts. And Betts found a hole up the middle. He's run very well following the departure of Clinton Portis today. Betts gaining 7. He's averaging 4.5 yards per carry.
And that's what the Redskins have done a great job of in this second half, staying ahead of the chains. They throw an incomplete on first down. They're able to come back and run the football effectively and put themselves into a manageable 3rd and 3.
Campbell on 3rd down. Steps up. There's a flag. Campbell picks up a first. Down to the Atlanta 6. And the penalty is a hold against the Falcons.
During the run, holding, number 53 defense. 5-yard penalty after this to the goal. First down.
That's on Mike Peterson.
Mike Peterson, number 53, working against Rock Cartwright. Tackles him without the ball.
It looked like Cartwright was going down there. I don't know about that call.
A little incidental, but you know how it is, Goose. When you go to the ground, they catch that out of the corner of their eyes. You get a lot of touchy holding calls when you got players on the ground.
1st and goal for Jim Zorn's Redskins from the 3-yard line. Split backs, Betts and Cartwright, 3 wideouts.
Open it up, run the quarterback draw.
Cartwright. Cartwright takes it down to the 2-yard line. Stephon Heyer is shaken up, the left tackle.
Well, he had a knee coming into the game. He's been battling all game.
Playing at his home state today. Second and goal. Lorenzo Alexander in on offense once again. One of 3 tight ends plus Sellers. Off the fake to Betts. Campbell looking end zone. Now he throws. And
did he get it?
Todd Yoder in the corner of the end zone makes the catch for a Redskins touchdown.
What a great job by Todd Yoder. All the way from the backside, number 87. Everybody just kind of trotting. He's working. He knows he's going to have a shot for this. What a great job by Jason Campbell extending the play. There's one down. Oh, did he get that foot down?
I think his left foot got down.
Well, he's got one. He's got to get them both in. The one we need to see is, I don't know if there's going to be enough evidence.
Rolling on the field.
Mike Smith has challenged. Mike Smith has thrown the challenge flag more than any other coach in the NFL this year. He's won more challenges than any other coach. There's Todd Yoder. His first reception of the season for a touchdown has been challenged. It was ruled a touchdown on the field. There must be indisputable visual evidence to overturn.
Great job by our cameraman. Here's a shot that's blown up. Does the knee get down before the foot gets in? He definitely got that left foot in, but was the left knee down in the white before it touched? Todd Yoder holding his breath.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is a catch and a touchdown. Atlanta is charged with their first team timeout.
It was close, but it is ruled a touchdown. 7th touchdown of Yoder's 10-year career. He won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, now in his 4th season with the Redskins. Squeeze him out for the extra point attempt, which would pull Washington to within 7.
Well, Jim Zorna's got to be so pleased with his team right now. An emotional end of the first half. They were 24-3, about ready to get blown out of this building, and they fought and scratched their way back into this game.
Hey, Goose, do you think Todd Yoder accepts football tips from his wife, Susan? She's a former professional football player in a women's league down in Tampa.
I don't know. He's got a pretty nice haircut, though, I'll tell you that.
And a terrific catch. Got both feet down. And has pulled the Redskins to within 1 touchdown. Redskins have scored on both of their drives in the second half. Eric Weems out across the 25-yard line. Darryl, I think we have to remind the viewers who these guys are on the field. Jason Campbell leading the Redskins back. Falcons have run only 3 plays in this half.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable how Washington has dominated this second half.
2 long drives, and now the Falcons with a 7-point lead as Ryan's pass is caught by the fullback, Ovi Mihaly. Reed Downey makes the tackle, gain of 8. And D'Angelo Hall slow getting back up onto his feet.
Well, when Mike Smith took over this Falcons franchise last year, one of the things he had to do was change the culture and all throughout the building and get it positive. And one of the things he talked to us about this year, what he wanted to do was make everybody the best they could, individually and collectively. And he talked about sustainability versus ability, and they haven't sustained what they started in the first half all the way to the second half.
Michael Turner. Turner picks up a first down out to the 42-yard line. Gain of 7.
And you know as well as I do, Tony, the last thing you want to do is when you have an opponent that's struggling is give them the opportunity to believe they can win the game in the 4th quarter.
Absolutely, Moose. You want to just go in there and take any doubt in their mind that they could stay in this game away from them early. And they did it in the first half. But you go in at halftime, you got to go and repeat it again. You got to come out in the second half, and that's what they didn't do so far in this second half. The Atlanta Falcons really are struggling on defense.
They haven't had much of a chance at offense, Goose. 3 and out on their only previous possession. From the 42, Turner. Turner, a couple of nice moves into Redskins territory. There he goes. Michael Turner inside the 20, the 10, touchdown. 58 yards.
Yeah, we came into this game, we talked about Washington having a tough defense and the offense having to lean on them. I want you to watch LaRon Landry miss a tackle coming in here. There he is, number 30. What in the world is that? You ran up and threw yourself at the feet of Michael Turner? Are you kidding me?
That's horrible tackling.
Your offense has just busted their butt for 2 drives to get you in this game. And the group that's supposed to carry this team, the defense, gives up a play like that? Oh my gosh.
Michael Turner's 2nd touchdown run today, and the Redskins allow at least 30 points for the first time since their 2007 wild card loss in Seattle in the regular season. There's Landry and Hall. This tackles on the play. In the regular season, Redskins have gone 30 consecutive games without allowing 30. Number 31, Cartwright takes it in. Washington Redskins pulled to within 7, but their bubble was burst moments ago when Michael Turner ran 58 yards for a touchdown, his longest run this season. So the Falcons back up by 2 scores. Jason Campbell and the Redskins offense terrific in the second half. 2 touchdown drives. Campbell sacked 5 times in the first. And it's Babineau once again. Line of scrimmage was the 21 as Mike Williams, the right tackle, is down. So is Campbell. No sack on the play. Campbell gained 1, but he is hurt once again.
You know, all of a sudden you drop down by 14, and all of a sudden you want to change what you do in play action. You're going to hold the ball and take it downfield. I don't like that. I've liked the play calling this entire second half. They've kept Atlanta's defense off balance, but it's been short passes, bootlegs onto the edge. You know, the running of Rock Cartwright and Liddell Betts. You've got plenty of time. There's 11 minutes left. You don't need to get it all back in one play.
Campbell injured that right ankle a couple of weeks ago, and Babineau tackled him by grabbing that same right ankle. So Todd Collins, who came in for 1 play in the first half, throwing on the sidelines. Campbell has actually hurt both ankles this year at different points. There's Mike Williams, returning to football this year. Did not play the last 3 years. Former first-round pick of the Bills. And again, you talk about the losses on offense, starting with Randy Thomas, Chris Samuels on the offensive line, and then Chris Cooley 2 weeks ago, Clinton Portis today, and now Campbell down and Williams hobbling off.
There's Clinton Portis, before that Chris Cooley, and to watch this offense function the way they have in this second half without really their 2 best players in the run game and in the passing game on the sideline. You know, that's all the more inspiring what this unit has been able to accomplish, and they were just so let down by their defense on that last series.
Anthony Batiste will replace Mike Williams. Batiste, a former Falcon. Started 4 games for Atlanta back in 2007. Jason Campbell in the second half, 8 of 10, 91 yards. A couple of nice runs. 2 touchdown drives, but he limps off. And once again, here comes the 15-year veteran Todd Collins. Collins came in the Kansas City game earlier this season, and we saw him for 1 play in the first half.
Well, unfortunately for Jason Campbell, too, he has no bye week on the horizon. And he got healthy last week during the bye week and felt good, and we've seen him using his legs to get some first downs for this Redskin offense today. But he's going to be carrying this ankle with him now for the rest of the year.
How about
no time for it to get better?
Excuse me, Don. How about Babineau, who made the tackle on the last play? 8 tackles and 2.5 sacks. On 2nd and 9, Betts tackled by Coleman out of the 25, gain of 4.
A new quarterback comes in, you know that they're going to run the ball. You guys got to, you know, the defense has to know that that run is coming, and Betts still gets 5 yards on that play.
Third down and 5. Training staff continues to work on Campbell. Redskins must get to the 30. Collins complete for a first down. Second catch today for the rookie out of Nevada, Marco Mitchell. He gains 11.
And what Atlanta has to do right now defensively is understand that the Redskins do not have the confidence to stretch the field. So all these throws are going to be into certain depths and certain spots on the field, and they're just not doing a good job of anticipating the type of plays that are coming out by the formation and the personnel, knowing that they're going to be short, medium at best, at length down the field.
On the 35, Betts up the middle. And Liddell Betts is close to another Redskin first down with 9.5 remaining. 4th quarter here in Atlanta. Redskins pulled to within a touchdown. Then a 58-yard touchdown run by Turner. And now the Redskins facing a 2nd down and 1.
That run defense for Atlanta really has not done well here in that second half.
Cartwright
Well, he is, what a game he has played today, Jonathan Babineau. He's unblockable inside.
Done a great job, and he's got a great motor. He came through on that one sack that Jason Campbell got hurt, and he missed him the first time and just kept going and hustling. I'll tell you what, he's having a great game. With that kind of hustle, you're going to make a lot of plays in the National Football League.
Movement prior to the snap.
Huge penalty. Huge penalty. Third and less than 1.
Ball start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
That's Batiste, who is in for the injured Williams. Todd Collins in for the injured Jason Campbell, and a first down to Antoine Randall. Out to the 47-yard line, a gain of 8.
Still, even with the penalty, you're in that down and distance range where you can do this. When they bring pressure, you can break it off quick and be able to catch, get tackled quickly, and still have enough yards for the first down. I mean, that is what the Redskins have done such a good job of in this second half. Productivity on first and second down and staying out of the third and longs.
Collins 3 for 3. 3 wide receivers for the Redskins. As Collins airs it out, and a juggling attempt is made by Moss, but he could not hang on.
And with all the injuries on the Redskins, you do not want to be down on the field that long. Hoping it's just frustration on the part of Santana Moss that he feels he should have caught that ball, knows he should have caught that ball. That's a play that Santana Moss can make, and that he didn't get hurt on the ensuing tackle.
Looked like he banged his head on the turf. So Moss will head to the sidelines. There's Marco Mitchell, 2 catches today. Second down and 10 for the Redskins.
Jim Zorn told us with all the frustration, his players were still all in on this season, and the way the first half rolled out, you start to question whether he's just trying to stay positive and upbeat, but the way they have come out and performed in this second half, he's absolutely right. I mean, these guys with key players going down and out of this game after each play, they just keep hanging in there and doing the best they can.
Second down and 10. Liddell Betts. Betts into Falcons territory. And he is close to another Redskins first down. We talked to Casey Robach, the Redskins center. He said, we all believe in Jim. We want him to succeed. It's been a tough couple of weeks for Jim Zorn and the Redskins.
Even Washington in the first half. Distance to go on third down, over 12. In the second half, under 4.
Now a third down and 1. Collins handing it off to Betts. It will depend on the spot.
Wow, he stumbled a little bit on the handoff, lost all of his ability to push the pile because he got extended. Just a little belly play where he opens up, kind of catches his toes. You can see as he goes into the line of scrimmage, he's not going to have any ability to drive the pile.
That defensive line does a nice job of standing up that whole offensive line and building a wall. There was nowhere for him to run. You got to go for this, no, Darryl?
Absolutely, Goose. You're not a quick strike offense.
No.
And the Atlanta Falcons have the ability to burn the clock with Michael Turner.
Now remember, Jim Zorn calls many of the fourth down plays for the Redskins. We saw Zorn huddling with Collins. 4th and inches.
Quarterback sneak?
No, absolutely not.
I think that's what they're expecting. High formation. We might see that same play they went and scored a touchdown with. Right up the middle.
Timeout. Washington.
Timeout.
4th and inches for the Redskins. Off the fake to Betts. Collins. Sellers. Stop short. Tackled for a loss. Back at the 46-yard line. The Falcons will take over on downs.
Penetration inside knocked Mike Sellers off his course on this bootleg. Mike Sellers is going to try and come across here and get into the flat. Watch him get bumped there by penetration. The play was there to be made if there was not the penetration inside. Now, in my opinion, with all the offensive line situations we've talked about, that's a little bit too fancy for me on a 4th down play. I would have lined up, put Todd Yoder to the right wing, and ran Mike Sellers ahead of Liddell Betts, right behind Derek Dockery, just like they did on the touchdown earlier on 4th and goal.
Well, the Falcons with a 2-touchdown lead from their own 46. This is Turner into Redskins territory. Takes it all the way to the Washington 46, a gain of 8. And for Michael Turner, this is his 5th career game with at least 150 yards on the ground, and that ties a franchise record. William Andrews rushed for at least 150 5 times during his Falcons career.
And he had a big 30-yarder called back earlier in the first half.
Reed Downey, the injured Redskin. Jim Zorn's Redskins fought their way back from that 21-point deficit. And you mentioned earlier, Darryl, the schedule for Jim Zorn, Sherman Lewis, and these Redskins not get any easier. Redskins host Denver next week and then hit the road, Dallas, Philadelphia, and then home for New Orleans.
The easy part of their schedule came in the first half of the season, and they didn't take advantage of it. Going 2-5 through that stretch, giving wins to Detroit and Kansas City for their only wins of the season.
Redskins only 2 wins, came over the Rams by 2 and the Buccaneers by 3. Second down and 2. Turner. So the Redskins coming off their bye today. We'll look at the next 5.
You know, you go all the way out to Oakland on December 13th, and Philadelphia traveled out to Oakland and took one on the chin. So that's not a gimme, even with Oakland sitting at 2-6 right now. They have a good defense. They really gave Philadelphia fits when they had offensive line problems, and that's exactly what Washington will be carrying to Oakland on December 13th.
They're down at 1. Turner, first down, Falcons. There is a flag. London Fletcher made the tackle.
Holding. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Tyson Clabo, right tackle.
Tyson Clabo got lucky. He drew the safety. With the big old tackle on a safety, he should be knocking him 3 yards back. Doesn't need to hold him, though.
Third down at 11. Shovel pass. Ball came loose after the whistle. Aaron Stecker bottled up at the 44-yard line, so the Falcons will punt.
I didn't like that play, Moose.
No.
Somebody tips that ball or something like that. Next thing you know, they're running the other way for 7.
Yeah, because it is a pass, it would be ruled incomplete, wouldn't be the fumble. So some people think it's a safe play, but I agree, Tony. You go with some of the stuff you've been doing that you've been having some success with during the course of the game.
Run the ball, man.
Kanan punting for only the 3rd time today. Randall L back deep. for the Redskins and a timeout.
Yeah,
Aaron Stecker
Timeout.
saw something he did not like, so the Falcons used their second timeout. So Mike Smith's Falcons will head on the road next 2 weeks. We will be right with them in Carolina and then at the Meadowlands against the Giants in 2 weeks before they return home to host Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, and New Orleans. 3 home games in a row after 2 on the road for the Falcons.
Well, this is what the issue was last time, was right here. Marco Mitchell moving back and forth. The easy way to fix it is just send Christopher Owens in motion with him.
Cannon punting from the 35. What a kick. Down inside the 10. .46-yard punt. Cannon placing it inside the 10-yard line. A look at Atlanta's upcoming schedule.
Not nearly as difficult as what the Redskins have coming up, but not easy by any stretch. Carolina trying to get on track, and then the Giants. Be interesting to see where they are after their game this weekend with the San Diego Chargers, and obviously Tampa Bay in the middle of a big struggle, and then Philly, New Orleans.
Giants will be coming off a bye as the Redskins are today. How about the Falcons schedule?
Unbelievable the way they've pulled teams coming off of byes.
Jason Campbell back in for the Redskins. First and 10 from the 10-yard line. Campbell to Santana Moss, and Moss breaks free. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So Campbell back in the game and completes a pass to Moss for big yardage.
Again, it's blocking the person that's going to give the wide receiver the biggest problem, when Will Montgomery does a great job of hustling out there all the way from the inside on that quick screen. That's a long way for a guard to get to the outside to get an effective block. He did a heck of a job.
Moss gain 25 from the 35-yard line. Campbell over the middle to Moss. Gain of 7. Jackson made the tackle. Second down and 3. And the Redskins quickly back up to the line. Trailing by 2 touchdowns. Campbell on second down took a hit from behind, and from John Abraham, and the pass nearly intercepted by Peterson.
John Abraham just a step late getting there, getting around Stephon Hire to the outside. You get into this situation, obviously you're trying to get everybody out so you don't have your running backs to be able to work the outside rushers as they release on both sides. If you're going to hold one in, make sure he's releasing to number 55 side. And you know what? You've also got Jonathan Babineau inside you got to worry about now.
Third down and 3. Campbell steps up, rolling right, looking for the chains, and he's out of bounds at the 42. So the Redskins facing a 4th and about 2.5 with 2:34 remaining.
Well, they're ahead of schedule right now in Jim Zorn's rule book. Jim Zorn has told Jason Campbell, you know, you can expect to get hit about 7 times a game. I don't think Jason Campbell's buying that anymore. He's probably more up around the 9 or 10.
Sure he didn't say quarter and not game.
Redskins were stopped in their last 4th down attempt. Campbell, a pump fake, and then he throws, and it's short of a wide open Malcolm Kelly.
I'll tell you what, you got to have a tremendous amount of respect for Jason Campbell coming back into this game in this situation, not being 100%. They've got Antoine Randall L. and Malcolm Kelly. They've got Chris Houston in a tough spot. 2 guys going down the field vertically with only 1 to cover. But again, that pressure just too much for Jason Campbell to get enough on that throw.
So the Falcons take over on downs once again from the Redskins 42. 2:27 left to play. Falcons lead by 2 touchdowns. Michael Turner. Forced back. Timeout is called by the Redskins, stopping the clock with 2:18 remaining in the fourth.
What a different game from first half to second half, huh, Kenny?
Redskins came out trailing 24-3, scored touchdowns in their first two drives, but then Michael Turner with a 58-yard touchdown run. He has 154 and 2 scores. Falcons with 5 sacks in the first half. Redskins lost Campbell, although he returned. Clinton Portis, Mike Williams. So a valiant comeback by the Redskins, but it looks like they will drop their 4th consecutive game. And the Falcons will end their 2-game losing streak. Redskins have 1 timeout remaining, second down and 11. From the 43, here's Turner. And it's London Fletcher who makes the tackle. Gain of 10. And the Redskins use their final timeout with 2:11 on the clock. Great job by our entire crew. Our producer Barry Landis, director Michael Frank, associate directors Jeremy Green, Darren Foster, associate producer Chirag Devaskar, our technical producer David M. Hill, technical director is Chris Castro, the senior producer of Fox Sports is Bill Brown, the executive producers of Fox Sports Ed Gorin and David Hill. Dave Corris crunching the numbers along with Matt Banovic, Rick Camps, and John Coleman'sberger. 2:14 remaining, with the Falcons leading 31-17.
Mike Smith has got a great opportunity this week to make some corrections with his team. On a positive note, they won this game, but I know that he will not be happy how they played here in the second half, especially defensively, allowing the Washington Redskins to get back into this game. Again, he can go right back to what he talked about as one of the big things to work on this year, sustainability. They came out and played a great first half, but they didn't finish it. They allowed the Redskins to get right back into this by the end of the third quarter.
It was mostly defensively, too.
Yeah.
Offensively, they didn't have any opportunities. Only had a couple plays in the third quarter, but they got to get better on defense.
Roddy White and the Falcons are going to raise their record to 5-3. Across the way down, Redskins start last season 6-2, finished the year 2-6, and now we'll start 2009 with a 2-6 record.
Yeah, 4-12 over their last 16. So a full season sitting at 4-12, and really the common denominator, they had the injuries in the offensive line the second half of last season. They didn't address it in the offseason. They loaded up on defense again. They brought in Albert Hainsworth. They used their first pick of the draft on defense with Brian Arakpo. They brought in D'Angelo Hall. So everything emphasized on the defense, and it's caught up to them now. You know, they don't have the depth on the offensive side of the ball to overcome these injuries. This is a pretty formidable offense that the Falcons have put together.
166 yards on the ground for Turner today, 2 touchdowns, as the Falcons defeat the Redskins by the score of 31-17. 4th consecutive loss suffered by Jim Zorn's Redskins as they look ahead to hosting the Denver Broncos next Sunday. 2 second-year head coaches in the NFL heading in opposite directions. Falcons now 5-3. They will travel to Charlotte next week. So the Falcons and their 2-game losing streak